Hello, welcome back to Vibes of Steel. Today is Friday, February 16th, and this is going to be the first new record we're going to check out today. New song, whatever. I am quite excited to check out the new Ihsahn record. It is called Ihsahn. Shocker. But what do we got? What was the one that came out early? Twice Born, I think. And it looks like Pilgrimage to Oblivion I might have checked out that one too. So let's listen to one that I haven't listened to. We're going to start with the first actual song on the album. We're going to check out the Promethean Spark. Obviously, Ihsahn is a legendary figure in black metal. It's sort of one of the founding members, or perhaps even the founding member of the band Emperor back in the early 90s. And yeah, sort of a legendary figure. He's released very classic albums within the black metal genre, helped pioneer symphonic elements, I think, in black metal. He was sort of really at the forefront of doing that and doing it well. His music kind of got more and more progressive, sort of leading to him eventually deciding that, he was going to pursue that and it wasn't going to be Emperor anymore. I think that decision is respectable. I think it kind of makes sense. The music that he was making now, I think, is a little bit free from the definitions or the early definitions of what Emperor was. So I think it's totally fine to leave that in the past in pursuing different sounds and stuff like that, right? I have been a pretty big fan of his solo material. I really like the album After, and he's had bits and pieces here and there. I don't know if I've been like super into the solo stuff where I've been listening to it front and back like over and over. I remember Das Seelenbrechen, or however you pronounce it, German names, back when it came out. But I haven't listened to it since. This is his first album in, I think, 5 years or something like that, right? Arctis, Emmer. I remember Arctis too. Arctis is quite good. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's check out the Promethean Spark and see what we've got cooking in Ihsahn's kitchen. All right. Okay, very progressive right off the get-go. He does play like 8-string guitars now, so I'm liking the layering though. Sort of has the guitar really up front, and then sort of this background one. I think it sounds good.
This guy's song of rich instructions, glazed in rain, a city lights.
Very sort of low-key verse here. I don't know if I'm loving the drum sound yet, but at least on this part. Something about the snare seems very isolated. Yeah, this part's kind of cool. I know he also released a sort of complimentary orchestra album, so I think it sort of takes out the guitars and stuff. It's just that part of it. Maybe we'll check out the version of this song, the orchestral side of it too. That'd be interesting. The orchestra stuff sounds kind of cool. It's this really weird sound. Sort of like trippy. It's very like Art Deco in a way. Like it reminds me very old futurism. Like old jazz-ish. Not really though either. This part sort of sounds like, I don't know, like fantasy music, but if it was for like Actually, you know what? This part reminds me of Finful. It's kind of weird. It has that like carnival kind of feel, almost like fanfare sort of. Blackened fanfare. Very theatrical. It's kind of cool, actually. Maybe it'll just take me a minute to sort of sit with. Weird. Kind of cool. Like I said, in the beginning, I don't know if I was feeling it as much, but I think throughout the song, as sort of the other different parts came in, I think it sort of made more sense, right? Like sort of how these transitions sort of fed into each other. The whole sort of made the individual riffs a little bit more palatable, made a little bit more sense. I thought that part in sort of the middle there, where it was sort of like circusy and it sort of sounded like Fintroll, I thought was really weird. Weird in a good sense. When I say weird in this, for this record, I think I'm thinking of weird in a strange and abstract way. The production as a whole, I think, sounds good. His vocal sounds great. I'm liking how sort of the cleans near the end were sort of like weaving in, and you know, his vocal, like his harsh vocal, is basically unchanged in like fucking 30 years. Like, it's really incredible. It's really impressive. The only thing that I kind of thought was weird was that snare drum sound. I thought kind of sounded sterile, like it was programmed, but it wasn't. I think they just probably chopped it really small and like really kept the sort of EQ and stuff from bleeding. There was like no bleed at all. Like the drums sounded very segmented. And I was reading about how Slayer did certain albums and they recorded the cymbals separately so there was no bleed, and it sort of made me think about how they might have recorded this. Overall, I think the song's cool. It's kind of weird. It's out there. It's strange. It's very progressive and very genre bending in some ways. Let's check out the Promethean Spark with the orchestral edition. I just want to see how that sounds. So we've got the Promethean Spark orchestral version with Vegard Svetten, I don't know, and Ihsahn. I guess he's the guy who kind of, I don't know if it was real instruments or not, probably, but he probably conducted it. Anyway, let's check out the orchestral version and see. You see what I mean? It's very theatrical. It's very sort of cinematic, especially with the orchestra. Bum, bum, bum. I'm not quite sure what's doing that sound. The like rhythmic thing. sounds like something hitting the floor. It's probably steel brushes on something. Now we got like bongos and xylophone. This Vigard guy is the composer, lyricist, producer. I'll have to check him out. So there's a follow button here. If this is the after. Sort of sounds like that. If you're familiar with the song. Yeah, see, it's just sort of low-key. I don't think we need to listen to the whole thing, so I'll probably end it there. I do kind of want to get to that weird carnival part, so maybe we'll skip ahead. Somewhere over here. I think it's this part. Yeah, it's sort of bigger, bombastic. You got the timpani and stuff. Sounds really good. Okay. So yeah, that was that song. Do we want to listen to one more? I kind of want to listen to another one. Let's just do Taste of Ambrosia. See how this one sounds. Nice. It's sort of like a evil ballad. It's like Opeth's Burden, but evil. Gothic. Wow. It's a great melody line. Like, holy shit. Cool. Let's switch up halfway. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that sort of sounds like this and uses the orchestra in this way. I really don't think so. It does. almost give me like the newest Opeth record a little bit. Not anymore, but wow. Interesting song. I'm really liking this so far. I might listen to one more. Yeah, the use of melody on that one I thought sounded really good. The climbing orchestral bits I think really adds this element of rising and this sort of, forlorn despair in a way. Really clever. I think the songwriting really serves the orchestra really well. And I think that's what a lot of metal bands who do tend to use the orchestra stuff to sort of augment the riffs. They sort of fail to write, like it's usually either they're writing one for the other rather than writing them all together. And I think so far what I've heard, he's doing a really great job of taking the sort of like traditional rock band elements, the guitar, bass, drums, vocals, and sort of considering them more so as part of the orchestra. I think that's really cool because like the guitar line in Taste of Ambrosia, it could have been just violins, right? Like it could have really been a violin part, and it wasn't. And I think that's really cool. But that's sort of the vibe so far that I'm getting. It's just he's doing a really great job of taking these elements and really creating something from the whole of the entirety rather than metal band, orchestra, smash them together, or like really simple orchestra or like synth out orchestral things. It just sounds really good. Let's listen to one more. I got time for another one. So let's do Blood Trails of Love. It's 5 minutes, and I think we'll stop after this one. But I am quite impressed so far. So this is Blood Trails to Love.
That fateful night I found you. I had blood on my hands.
Okay. Nice tone on the guitar too. And the bass sounds really good here.
And you were beautiful. My stained touch.
This is also very theatrical. Even the way he's using his voice, that sort of whispered last line, like that. Even that is just, but it's the guitar, right? Wow. Like it could be like cellos doing staccato playing or whatever. That's cool. Ticka.
My dream forever.
kind of simple, but it sounds good. And like the vocal line is excellent.
Those words of hope, of peace you spoke were whispers. Your gentle voice subdued by fear, and the violence laughter ringing in our to pathways of tragedy.
Okay, a little syncopated thing here. Oh yeah, give me a little. Let's see, we got another part that's kind of fintroly. It's interesting. Nice. Such a great voice, man. Wow. Cool. Again, I really like the sort of melodramatic feel of this one. And the guitar lines are really great. I think the chorus vocals, the clean vocals sound really good. And actually, I was listening to the lyrics. I think the lyrics are quite solid too. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I mean, I should know, I should know to be impressed. Ihsahn's been very consistent with his sort of quality of output. You know, whether or not I like everything he does, I think sometimes, especially the older stuff, it gets a little bit too proggy and a little bit too strange with the rhythms and stuff like that. But I think the snapshots of sort of the little parts of these sort of strange riffs mixed with these really catchy choruses and these really dynamic orchestral stuff, and the melodies, like, fuck man, the melodies sound so good, and I'm just really impressed. This is a really cool sounding record so far. I'm gonna have to listen to the whole thing, and please, for the love of God, Ihsahn, come to Vancouver, Canada with Opeth in tow. That'd be a phenomenal show. I would love to see Ihsahn and Opeth tour together, preferably North American side. Fuck them Europeans. No, jokes aside, fuck man, it sounded like a really cool record. I can't wait to listen to the rest of this because it's just so engaging as a listener to hear all the little bits. I do think it's kind of strange that, you know, the two songs, or three or whatever, two of the three songs had these strange sort of ventral sounds. And I don't know if it's strange why and how it works in this particular song for Blood Trails to Love, because this one is so much more catchy in a way than the other two. I can't remember which one it was on. I think it was on Taste of Ambrosia that it had that strange thing, that ventral part. And that's my only frame of reference for that kind of sound. So bear with me if it's, you know, oh, it sounds like so-and-so. No, to me, it sounds like ventral. Yeah, check out the whole record. I'm definitely going to listen to the whole thing. I'm going to pass it on to my prog buddy, James. I think he'll really like it. And I'll pass it along to Edison as well, who is a big ol' Emperor fan and Ihsahn fan. And, Sean as well. Everybody. I'm going to pass it along to everybody. It's got a little bit of Devin Townsend in it. It's got a little bit of that Fintroll sound. It's got a little bit of Opeth that's in there, but it's definitely all him. It definitely sounds like stuff he writes. So cool. I think that's gonna be a really good record. So yeah, that's Ihsahn, his new album titled Ihsahn. It just came out today. And yeah, support the artist because streaming shit don't pay the bills. I'll tell you that much. But that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for checking out Vibes of Steel. We'll be back with more later on. But that's it for now. Deuce.